Hi guys. So there's been a lot of communication from the College Board, from LT, from us to you guys about test day, which is less than 2 weeks, which is really crazy to think about. But granted that College Board has let the teachers know that based on their data, students only open 10 to 20% of the emails that are sent out. That means that you guys are missing critical information about test day expectations and what you can and can't do and how to upload and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make a quick video walking you through how to prepare for the test, what it's going to look like that day, and just basically summarizing all the communication that's been thrown around and try to answer any questions I can. So I made a PowerPoint to walk you through this. I'll attach it into the announcement down below, but I'm going to walk you through it right now. So I'm going to share my screen so you guys can follow along. Okay, so all right, so again, this is just a guide to help you get through everything. If you want more information, go back and look at all those emails. But please reach out to me as soon as possible if you feel like you are not completing one of the steps or you're missing some kind of information that can get you back on track way before next Friday. The first thing you're going to get is an AP exam ticket. This e-ticket that will be sent to you 2 days before each test. So it's going to be individualized. I believe that's what it makes it sound like. It's unique, yeah, unique for each exam that you're registered for. So if you have not received that ticket for the 48 hours before the APUSH test, then you can either email me or Mrs. Kowalski in the testing center, and that is your email right there. So make sure in the next the 48 hours before the test that you have an e-ticket with an app ID, okay? And again, you're gonna get one for each individual test. So do not look at your, Physics 1 or something if you had that before APUSH and use that same ID, it's totally different. It's the same with if you share your ticket with anyone, that is how they are going to figure out that that is your essay. And so if you're using someone else's, then yours is going to be null and void because they don't know who typed what. So our exam date, as you guys know, is next Friday at 1 p.m. You need to log on a half hour beforehand to make sure that your tech and everything is ready, that you have the website pulled up and everything is good. And your e-ticket is only good for the May date. If for some reason you have to take the makeup test, they will send you a new code, which the makeup day is Wednesday, June 3rd. For us, it's at 11 a.m. We'll go over that a little more later. So there's 3 different ways that you guys can submit a response. The first one is to copy and paste a typed response into the text box that will be on the web page that day once you enter the testing room. Or you can attach a typed response. The third one is handwriting. And so I'll go through how all 3 of those can be properly uploaded. So writing your response, so this is on a separate document and then uploading it. You can type your responses on a Google Doc, Microsoft Word, Notes, or Pages. They said they're all compatible. It's just at the top of the page. So you can do this in the half hour, before is, open the page, put your name and your app ID at the top. So they'll put those, that code identifies you. Make sure that you proofread before or for typing mistakes, because if you have, and this is, I think I said this on the next slide, but if you have something like Grammarly or something that automatically spell checks, autocorrecting words can change your whole meaning of a sentence if it's not what you originally intended. So just make sure that you're proofreading for that kind of stuff before you submit it. Save your response often, especially if it's on a Google Doc. Because in case anything happens during the testing process, you can quickly pull it back up. Writing your response. I would highly recommend that you type, whether it is copying and pasting it into a text box or you're just submitting the Word document or Google Doc or whatever it is. But if you must handwrite for whatever reason, then you can write on a separate sheet of paper. You will be taking individual photos of everything and uploading it then as a JPEG. So please make sure that you write neatly. I just don't recommend this because it'll be a lot faster typing, but keep going. Submitting your response. So if it's copying and pasting, you just copy and paste in the textbook or text box and click submit. Again, making sure that your name and app ID are still the first thing in your entire response, even if you're copying and pasting. You're gonna have 2 windows essentially open if you're typing a response. The first window is gonna be, the College Board website exam room, and the second window is gonna be whatever you're typing on. And a timer will be going for you. Option 2 is basically the exact same thing. You'll still have the 2 windows, the College Board, website, and what you're typing on, and you just save it. It can be as a doc, docx, PDF, text, or ODT, and then you upload it that way. Or the last thing is handwriting it, taking a JPEG, or saving it as a JPEG and then submitting it that way. All right, so there's 5 crucial steps they want you to complete before exam day. So I'm going to walk you through those 5 steps and from their latest email. The first one, review your contact information at myap.collegeboard.org. So that's just making sure that your name is correct, you're associated with Lyons Township, you have the correct address, your correct email, all the kind of stuff that they will need to identify you with. Second one is check your tech. Internet Explorer will not work, so make sure that you have like Firefox or Google Chrome or something else to use. And again, I would uninstall or temporarily pause any applications you have downloaded like Grammarly that will automatically autocorrect spelling mistakes that could change the trajectory of your argument. Third one is starting today, going into next week, College Board has created an AP demo day that you guys can access by going to cb.org/AP demo. Basically, you can just see what that window of the testing room will look like that day, and you can practice, copying and pasting and submitting, or uploading a doc or uploading a JPEG, whatever it is. They're just letting you get a feel for the room, get a feel for the test, and how to submit, so you can go through that practice demo. You're not taking an actual test. It's just you can see how it'll all work that day, so you're not freaking out about it. I don't know where to submit or anything like that. 4 is make sure you have all the materials that you need. So again, your computer, your technology, your condensed notes, scrap paper, master the DBQ handout, my DBQ planning sheet, all that kind of stuff. So a couple of things here. 1, don't have your AP binder necessarily in front of you. You are not going to have enough time to go back and look through all your notes. They are giving you 45 minutes in total, and 5 of that is going to be for submission. I'll explain that in a little bit. But we were shocked that they only gave you 45 minutes still. They took off 15 minutes because they thought typing would be faster. I think that was a gross miscalculation, and so we're all concerned that you guys were already scraping for every single minute. Do not rely on your notes that like it's a crutch. You can have little cheat sheets in front of you for each error or period or something like that, but don't go dumpster diving into all of your AP worksheets and stuff. And then to organize your essay, I would say you have one of 2 things. Either a scrap piece of paper to organize, and maybe the master of the DBQ handout I gave to you at the beginning of the year, which is still on Canvas, that goes through the DBQ requirements. Or you could have the DBQ planning sheet that you guys used in last week's writing practice that literally goes through step by step of what you need. You don't have to do all the parts, but if that helps you, it has a thesis formula on it, and how to get the complexity point and all that. So I would maybe have those materials in front of you for that day. And then make sure you have your e-ticket with that ID. So what you'll need on exam day, I already talked about this. 30 minutes before, we already talked about this. And this is what I was talking about just a minute ago. The last 5 minutes of your 45 minutes is to submit your response. So please, please, please do not run over time, because that makes your whole essay null and void. So please use the last 5 minutes, really only got 40 minutes to write, plan and write, and then 5 minutes to submit. And it will be slower than the AP demo because you have all the people submitting it at once. So make sure that you're counting for those last 5 minutes as pure submission time, because I'd hate for you to run over after doing all this work and then your essay not be counted. So this is basically the same, or what I was just saying is log in early, 40 minutes to plan and write, 5 minutes to submit. When you submit your response, 2-step process, you're attaching or pasting whatever you did, whether it's the JPEG, whether it's the attached document, or copying and pasting and clicking submit. No matter what you do, it'll all look the same, and you will get the notification your AP exam is complete. Do not exit out, do not log off until you see your AP exam is complete. If for whatever reason you do not see that, there may have been a tech issue, or even during the test you had a tech issue, your computer crashed and burned, you'll be taking the makeup test Wednesday, June 3rd, and I would go and request for that makeup test immediately. And you can do that at cb.org/request makeup. Exam security. They are stressing to teachers heavily that they are monitoring for cheating during the exam. They know it's open note. They know it's basically, the web is open. You can open a browser. However, they are going to be restricting the browser searches. So you can open a new tab. However, you're still going through their website. And so they already told us it'll be a bit slower. but they're also using like a version of Turnitin.com for plagiarism. So they've already told us that if a student is caught cheating, it will be flagged. I will be notified, the school will be notified, future colleges, when you try to, submit AP scores or something like that, it's on your academic record, and they will know as well. So please, please, please do not put yourself in that situation and try to plagiarize in any way, whether it's on a website, too closely, paraphrasing something that you found, or an AMSCO, or whatever it is. They said that they have, things in place to check for this kind of stuff, sophisticated software. They're not telling us what that is, just to ensure that, the sanctity and the effectiveness of it. So again, I would just don't email anyone during the test. Don't go on social media, mute your phone, maybe even cover your video camera during the test. But yeah, just please take it seriously. Lastly is how to study. So again, review how to write a DBQ. I cannot stress this enough. If that's the only skill you're being tested on, so it's coming down to this one skill and the one question. Please refer to the College Board website, to go over the DBQ requirements, or, the My Master the DBQ handout and PowerPoint I made. I also walked through the entire thing on that long YouTube video I just made and put it in the announcements. I know it's long, but it goes through every step of the DBQ, all the requirements, and goes through all the changes that they made to the DBQ for this time. Now it's out of 10 points instead of 7. So if you have not looked into that, then you can only get a 7 out of 10 at most. Even if you wrote a flawless DBQ like you did in class, you can only get a 70%. So please go and look at that. Utilize the review sessions, utilize the assigned writing practice that I have been giving on Canvas. Use the prompts and AMSCOs practice, and the ones I posted on my EP. Again, you can always send me a portion or the entire thing, and I can, grade it and give you feedback. Do the study guides I recently posted. There's one now per each era. There's one for each period. Like, I just keep posting more things, but the most recent announcement regarding this is a study guide for each era, each period. And make your own cheat sheet for each era or period. Again, you can't go through your whole notes, so I would have big overarching concepts in front of you, whether it's, the cause and effect thing that I posted today, or the areas to know thing from last week, or the study guides that I posted in an announcement last week. All of these things can maybe be more helpful and condensed to have in front of you versus your entire AP binder. So that's something that you should keep in mind. And with that, that's pretty much it. So again, reach out to me as soon as possible if you have any questions or concerns, or you don't feel like you're properly, prepared for the test tech-wise or whatever it is. Reach out to me. But I think that's all. Bye.